Good morning, everybody. Here's my Wednesday morning live. We're going to do it. Two things we're going to talk about today is, oh my gosh, I have some itty bitty babies that are 1 day old. I'm so excited. I bred a whole bunch of girls and they're starting to produce. They're doing a really good job. Good mamas. Oh my gosh. And then I also wanted to share with you, I've been talking a little bit about this new group that we've put together, the village elders. Yeah, and the differences between the Colored Giant Angora Village and the village elders, which is a subset. It's a smaller focus group. So we're going to dive into that today. Yeah, and before I get too far, introducing myself, I'm Tammy Vaughn with Fuzzy Vaughn's Farm and Sinfully Soft Yarns. Yeah, so if you like what we're doing here on the YouTube channel, do me a favor and like and subscribe to us. Give us some YouTube love. That way more Angora people can see us and I can get that reaffirmation that, yes, we're doing something right. We'll keep making videos. We'll keep a chatting and showing more sharings and sharing with what we're doing with the babies and all kinds of fun, fuzzy stuff. So anyway, the Colored Giant Village is everybody and anybody that wants anything to do with rah-rah, cheering them on, more Colored Giant Angoras. Look at this. I got carried away with my marker today. I was so focused on babies. I wasn't focusing on what I was doing with that blend in of the marker. So anyway, we have the Colored Village. And then we have the village elders, because talking to several people, we needed a more focused group. And what I did before, it's kind of mirroring what we did with the chestnuts back in the day, my first COD. There's so many things that have changed. The ARBA rules are just blowing everything up. It's like, holy cannoli. I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. It's really exciting. So, yeah. Back in the day, I had to have all the presentation animals had to be bred and owned by people on the COD, which is a team of 5 or less, and nobody else. That made it hard, but for the control freak in us, it worked well because I had full control of what we were presenting, what was going out, what was being done. Well, things have changed, and I'll explain here in a little bit. So on this village elders, we decided to create a smaller group, a working group that are dedicated breeders that are just going to work on, number one, the chocolate agouti, because I have filed my application. It's starting the wheels turning with the administration process. I sent a copy to both the ARBA office and Bryony. Bryony I talked to at West Coast Classic real briefly. She said she received it. Rah-rah. So the ball is rolling. Things are going. Now we need to get the stuff rolling on the rabbit side, because all that administrative stuff is out of our hands right now. They're doing their job and we need to do our job with the rabbits. Now the two things, well, the main thing I wanted to share with you is this thing called proof of interest. That's a major part that's changed. I was talking to somebody else and they said, Tammy, you're wrong. It's not easy. It's not easy. They didn't change the rules to make it easier. And I kind of disagree. It's easier and then it's harder in a way. And I'll explain why. It's harder because of the proof of interest. Here's the kicker. Back when I did my chestnuts, all I had to do was reach out to the general membership, and I needed at least 5 affidavits from 5 fellow breeders saying that they were actively breeding and raising that color variety that I want to introduce into ARBA. That's it. They mailed it to me, and I sent it off to the COD committee. That was my proof of interest. Well, they're not requiring that anymore. Well, I should say they're not asking for affidavits anymore. They are still asking for confirmation of interest. Yeah. And to do that, let's say if all goes well, I'm presenting the chocolate agoutis in 2028. That's my goal. If everything goes right. There's a lot of ifs. There's a lot of hurdles we need to go jump through, but so far we're on target. 2028. That'll be in Kentucky. Proof of interest, the COD in the new rules, they're requiring that 25 animals in that variety are entered and ready to show at convention from 5 different households. Yeah, so if I bring 25, that's only one household. Me and my husband are 2 of the people on our COD. So I need 4 other households to produce and bring and enter those COD, those colors, my chocolate agoutis. That's the hard part. The hard part, obviously, for us control freaks, right? It's out of our control what other people do. It's easier to, not always easy, but it's more manageable, at least in our mind, right? On what we do in our own barns, in our own establishments, in our own rabbitries. We have no control of what other people do. That's the hard part. But the easier thing is, holy cow, it opens it up to anybody and everybody that wants to participate. Back in the day, I tried to reach out to several of the groups that were working on blacks. And it's not their fault, but I was kind of said, oh, we're doing okay. There's nothing you can do. And that was true. That was true. Because they had to work within a secluded group and their closest friends, people on the COD, to produce that color and bring them to convention. Well, that's no more. No more. So the other hard part is changing our collective mindset as a whole. I'm still running into this, not only with me, but other people I talk to, because it's been ingrained for so long and so many years. And this is so brand new, opening it up like this. So, in a nutshell, if you think about it, a brand new breeder can bring a chocolate agouti or more, say or more, to convention 2028, and their chocolate agoutis could potentially be part of the show string, and they may not have anything to do with the COD. They don't. Yeah, it's just mind-blowing. So we need the community effort to work together. So we started brainstorming, and we wanted a smaller group, intimate group, that are working together. Together we can pull off so much more, and so much more efficiently and quicker all the way around if we work together as a team. So we decided to create a Facebook group called the Village Elders. There was a Colored Giant Angora Facebook group that had a little over 100 people in it, private group, and it's been stagnant. Not much of anything was happening in it. A few people were posting pictures of new litters and whatnot, but not a whole lot of activity. So I decided to change the name, restructure it, and give it a cleaning house. We made new rules, and we instituted a contract. Contract sounds pretty rough, right? It's pretty, yeah. But it is. If you read the contract, you're going to understand our philosophy and the way we want to go forward working as a whole group. We want honesty, we want everybody to participate, and we want to work together. That's it in a nutshell. And be nice. That's it. We're not a drama group. None of that. Just hardworking people that want the same thing. We want Colored Giant Angoras to succeed. Period. Of course, we're focused, I am, on the chocolate agoutis, right? Because the paperwork has been filed, the ball is rolling. But we also have the opal and lynx. My end game, I want all of the agoutis to be passed through ARBA. And all we have to do is finish the chocolate agouti and one more, either the opal or the lynx, whatever we have out there, whatever team wants to get together and let's do it. Then the fourth agouti we can have voted in by the club. Easy peasy. Oh my gosh, how easy is that? It, yeah, it's not real easy, but it's a lot easier than it used to be. Holy cannoli. So let's do this thing. If you have any questions about the contract, I'm going to suggest you go to my blog. I wrote it on May 11th, and it's titled The Two-Level Community Structure, and it goes into a lot of details and a bunch of little links in there. It'll take you to the contract. It'll take you to the website to get more information. Part of the village elders, I've also built a new classified ads. I love Facebook. Don't get me wrong. Well, I really don't love Facebook. I tolerate Facebook. It has a lot of benefits. And some of my fellow breeders, they convinced me, and I know they're right. We have a lot of fellow breeders that are in Facebook, and they use it a lot, and it's easy for them. So what we've decided is to revamp that closed group. We're tying in that contract, so you have to read and sign that contract to stay in there. By June 1st, we might be removing some people if you don't agree with the contract or if you haven't signed it yet. So if you have any questions, times are running out. Get a hold of me. We'll work with you. Yeah. So once you're in that group, I have also created a page. It's amazing on how well it's working. I'm pretty excited about it. In Facebook, we cannot post animals for sale. We can't even use the words in search of. It could get our group shut down. It could influence our individual pages as well, our individual channels. So we don't want to do any of that. We want to abide by the rules. So within the closed Facebook group, we're going to network, we're going to share, we're going to help each other. And outside of that group, in Sinfully Soft, because let's face it, Facebook and all these other social media platforms, when we build something and we type things, it's on rented ground. I've heard that before so many times, and it's so true. We could get evicted without notice. I did, yeah, over a year ago. All my profile, my entire profile, all the groups, all my messages, everything that I ever typed was just gone, vanished, poof, gone, like I didn't exist. For over 6 months. It was quite a while. And then all of a sudden it came back. No explanation of why, no nothing. So it's like, I don't want to build that kind of structure on rented ground anymore, especially with a flighty landlord like Facebook. They're unreasonable. We can't even talk to him to ask him to be reasonable. That's the unreasonable part. So I'm building stuff within things that are more in my control, like my website. Yeah. There's a certain page just for village elders. And in that page, you have to be a member. You have to sign the contract, and I'll give you access to that page. You can go in there, and there's 2 buttons, one to place a classified ad. So I built it with myself in mind, and I'm thinking, God, when I have rabbits for sale, how am I going to get these listed? Because I imagined that I wanted to make them available only to village elders first. That's my priority. I want myself and the village elders, the working group, to be successful, not only with chocolate agoutis, but with all colors, right? And then I wanted to be able to publish to the world after that, maybe a week or three, whatever time passes. And I realized that the village elders are not needing that color, or they don't want that rabbit, so I can publish it to the world. Right now I'm using Discord. And Discord is pretty awesome. I like it. It's sturdy, it's free. I like free. And yeah, it's just not real popular, and it's not popular enough to satisfy what I need to get done with the village elders right now. So that's why I'm taking this little side trip, and it seems to be working. I think. So Discord, don't go anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It's going to stay. We do have a classified section in there, and it's open to the public. And I'll be posting my animals there second after the internal village elders. But I'm also going to be developing a public page. So if the click of the button, once it's done with the village elders, a week or two or three it's passed, and I want to open it up to the public, I can click this button and approve it, and it'll be open to the general public. And Discord at the same time. I think it's going to work. And as I was developing this, I thought, if I'm doing this for me, why didn't I open this capability to my fellow village elders, this small working group? Because they're going to want to publish some animals for sale or trade or something, We might have going to a show and say, hey, I have this buck. He's really awesome, blah, blah, blah. These are his qualities, and let's set up a date night. So within that structure, we can do that. And it's only visible to the village elders. So I think it's pretty cool. So not only are you going to get access to that private group, but you're going to get access to the classified ads section. There's also more things that are coming, like AI. I'm not talking about artificial intelligence. I'm talking artificial insemination with rabbits. It's been done for a long, long time. And it's out there. There's no reason why we can't jump on that and utilize that amongst ourselves as well. It is so hard. The number one way to improve your herd quickly is to get a really good buck, because he can service many does, and you can improve your quality dramatically and very quickly. But what happens if you don't have a buck? And there's anywhere near you to have a really good buck. I've been there, done that. Oh my God. That was many years ago, and I back then just decided to make my own. So I did that. And I've ate a lot of rabbits through the years, and I'm still not perfect, right? We're always striving for that perfect rabbit. When I look back to where I started 10 or more years ago, it's incredible. So we can help each other with artificial insemination. I haven't seen where it's been very successful on freezing the eggs, or the sperm, but we can ship them overnight, chill them, and there is some challenges with that, right? But to open it up to be able to share our stock across the country, just through U.S. mail, I think it's mind-blowing, the things that we can do together, especially if we work together as a group. So this helps us with our communication, our breeding stock, tracking our grow outs. I have also created a new link. I am tracking starting today grow out weights on all my rabbits. With my last COD, I had so many rabbits, so many kits. My tracking was lacking. I was a slacker, I admit it. Well, I'm chalking it up to many lessons I have learned. And yeah, so I made a tracker form. And I'm opening it up to everybody and anybody that wants to input that information. So within a year, I feel really good. We're going to have a solid growth weight chart. I have put together something that I'm leveraging off of what meat rabbits have for comparable sizes to our giants. But we all know that meat rabbits are not the same thing as our Angoras. They have a lot of similar characteristics, but they're different. And there is no growth rate chart specifically made for Giant Angoras. I mean, for years, my target has been simple. By 6 months, I want them to, by 8 months, because we have 3 age groups. So we have juniors, that's 6 months and younger. We have the intermediate age group, that's 6 to 8 months old. And then as soon as they turn 8 months old and older, they're classified as a senior. So I want my giants to make senior weight no later than 8 months old. I used to have giants that I would have to wait for them to fully mature, and on a few occasions they had to have a full coat, which is like a pound, to make that senior weight and not get DQ'd. I don't want that. That's frustrating and stressful. And they have smaller bones. We want the big bone kids that when you throw on that wool, they're going to be 12, 13 pounds, right? 11 pounds is about right. So by 8 months old, they need to make senior weight. That way we don't have to wait to show them. We just figure out their age, put them on the show entry form, and bam, they're ready to go. No more waiting. Yeah, so, but there is no growth rate chart to compare. Now we know that if you have 2 kits in a litter versus 9, those 2 are going to be fat little kids. They're going to grow faster than those 9, especially at the beginning. But when they reach weaning age, when they're like 8 weeks old, 10 weeks old, I think they level out. I think they do. I don't have any concrete evidence, but I will. So I'm going to start tracking that, especially since I'm wrapping up my breeding. I'm going to do things a little differently. I'll still make mistakes. That is guaranteed. But hopefully I won't make the same mistakes, right? Yeah. So if you want to help me as you're growing out your kits, go ahead and put that information out there. You can find my link to the grow out chart on my website. And right now, everything is getting a little bit shuffled up. But for all the rabbit stuff, you go to Sinfully Soft, go to the right, click on rabbits, and then there's a drop down menu. Down there you'll find Colored Giant Angoras. Click on that, and that's where you can find the growth rate. You can find the link to the contract. You can find a link to that blog that I made on talking about the 2 levels of the Giant Angoras, the Colored Giant Angoras, and specifically the elders, what's required, and what are the key differences. So that's under rabbits. And then if you're an elder, of course, everybody will see the very bottom tab, which is Village Elders members only. but only village elders will be given access to that page. And that's where that classified ads are going to reside for now. Have I rambled on enough? It's almost 11 o'clock. I know we got off to a late start today too. I wanted to show you some cute babies. They're only a day old. I am so excited. I've had litters since my last COD, but not so many. I got overwhelmed, tired. Yeah, it was like I had a few litters a year, maybe at the most. And back in my original COD, my husband and I, we ramped it up. We bred anywhere from 10 to 12 does every 3 months. And I called them waves. So we had a slew of baby bunnies. And we did a lot of improvement very quickly on the color and getting the body type and everything that we needed. Within just a few short years, we made tremendous leaps and bounds in the quality. It's just mind-blowing what we did. But it was exhausting. Yeah, so I don't want to do that again. And I don't have to. But I am doing a major ramp up right now because I have a few chocolate agoutis, but I want more. I want to make enough so I can bring 12 for our exhibit. If everything goes well, that'll be this fall in Reno. I'm still waiting for all the paperwork to go through, but if everything goes well, we should be able to make our exhibit this fall. So we need to bring 12 for the membership to look at. And I want to bring a boatload more to share with other people that are flying in or they're driving in, and I can disseminate a whole bunch of rabbits at that time. And after that, I'm going to be very targeted, very selective on my breedings. And everything is going to be filtered, like I mentioned before, through the Village Elders group and helping them be successful. Yeah, so if you want to join up, give us a holler. Oh my gosh, I'm going to show you some babies. Yep, here we go. So I got some babies to show you guys. Oh my gosh, aren't these guys cute? Oh my, I have 3 litters. I have 9 girls bred all together. And I had 4 girls bred about 4 or 5 days apart. So 3 out of the 4 gave me litters. Look here. Oh my gosh. Desirable. She's one of my chestnuts. She gave me 5. And her baby daddy was Kahlua, a chocolate boy. He went on to a new home, so I wanted to make some babies before he left. He had a not the perfect structure for his body, but the wool structure was perfect. And so I'm like, well, you know, that's worth making at least a breeding. Let's see what you can do. And he was very, very good boy. I'm seeing a chocolate agouti right here. Oh my gosh, see the little light colored on his bellies and on the ears. We've got, they call it the triangle right at the neck. Yes, you're hungry, aren't you? We'll give you back to Mama here shortly. And this one, chestnuts are so funny because there's different shades, right? But I think this is going to be a chocolate over here because see, his little ears are solid. And he's got a dark belly. I'm saying he because I really don't know if it's a he or she. And it's a little light on the back of the neck, but you know, after a few more days, they're going to grow out some more fur, and we'll take another seriously look at him and see what he's going to be. But I think this is going to be a chocolate. I really do. And I think I have a chestnut. See, and this guy, he's got the white behind his ears. And he's darker. And he's a little bit fatter too. Hi, puppies. See, he's darker. So this is a chestnut. This is a chocolate agouti. I think. And he's got a white belly, nice white belly. He's got a fat belly. Yes, you do. And 2 whites. I haven't had whites in my barn for quite a while. I had one girl, and she was the only girl for a long time. And without her, I've been all colors. But now I have white again. Miss Desirable, she's my F2. So these are technically F3s. Because even Kahlua was an F1. He was part French. So, yes. Now, Petunia, she's my chocolate girl. She's an older girl. I've tried to breed her so many times, and she never gave me any babies, but she gave me 2. And these are purebreds. Oh my goodness. Aren't you? Oh, I know. You're cute. Yes. This one is definitely a chocolate agouti. White behind the ears. Oh, and the jumping bean. He's hungry. White belly. Chocolate agouti. And this one, I am going to say could be a fawn. It has kind of a yellow tinge. In a few days we can tell for sure. But look at the difference. See, this guy is lighter white. This has kind of a yellow orangish tinge. So I think I've got a fawn over here. This is definitely white. So you go over here. You go over here. Yes. And Petunia, oh my gosh, she's a sister to Dahlia. And a sister to, I'll have to look at my notes. I think she's a sister to Sweet Thing, my white girl that just did so well. And look at all these babies. 9. Who did, oh, Vision of Love. Oh my goodness, who's Vision of Love? She was my chestnut. And I think she's an F3. Yep. She's an F3. So these are F4s. So they're technically, I'm going to call them purebred giants. Hi, babies. How are you? My husband is telling me I need to take a couple of these out and give them to Petunia, because she's only got 2. So I might be doing that. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they're all chestnuts. All of them. They're dark, big bellied. Oh my gosh. Nice pink bellies, all of them. Yes, you guys are so cute. Who doesn't love babies? Baby bunnies. Well, Mom is feeding them all really well. There's this one little guy. You need a little extra drink, don't you? Don't you? So a couple of these smaller ones. Petunia. What did you have over here? You had a fawn and a chocolate looking thing. Yes, you had a chocolate. So any of these chestnuts can go over there. Yeah. And I'll make a note. So I'll remember when I go back to Petunia, all the chestnuts actually belong to Vision of Love. So what I'll do, all these look like they have big bellies. Yes, all except for this little tiny guy. So when I go back to the barn, I'm going to take my Petunia, because she's a sweetheart. I'll lay her on my desk and hold her on her back so she's nice and relaxed. And I'll let this little guy feed off of her a little bit just to fill his belly. Because he'll be outsized. Look at these guys. This is the little guy. I know, yes. But even one of the bigger guys, oh, they're comparable. They're about the same. Yeah. You guys are so cute. So this batch, I only have 2 chocolate agoutis. That's okay. I've got more kids in the making. So keep your fingers crossed for me, you guys. More chocolate agoutis. Yay. All right, we're going to wrap it up today. I've had a late start, and I think I'm, yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock. There we go. You guys have a good one. I'm going to play with baby bunnies today. Thanks.